Tensions boiled over at the 2025 US Senior Open as Roger Maltbie and Padraig Harrington clashed. During a critical moment on the course, what started as a hunt for a missing golf ball turned into a fiery exchange that stunned players and fans. People aren't just talking about who's leading the tournament. They want to know why this moment happened and what it means for the game. With emotions running high and reputations at stake, Maltbie's response to the incident has become the center of attention. And it's clear this isn't just another on-course disagreement. Maltbie, a veteran broadcaster and former tour pro, stood his ground after Harrington called him out for not helping in the search. This blow-up struck a nerve with golf fans and set off a flood of opinions online. It became a focal point for debate about golf's unwritten expectations, mutual respect, and the distinct roles of everyone inside the ropes. As the scene unfolded, it exposed a delicate line between tradition and changing standards in professional golf. He sees that helping isn't just friendly. It preserves the flow and spirit of the game. On the flip side, Maltbie's job as a reporter required him to stay ready for live air coverage, not crawling through the rough. As cameras captured the moment, Harrington's voice carried, "Roger, you're standing right there. How about a little help? NBC wants me reporting, not searching through bushes." Harrington stayed vocal, questioning whether Maltbie had lost touch with the game's spirit, while Maltbie stood his ground about his broadcasting responsibilities. From the gallery, Harrington's caddy, Ronan Flood, told Maltbie's spotter to piss off, adding a layer of frustration and making the standoff even more public. This defense showed that, for Maltbie, his boundaries on the course are dictated by broadcast duties, not by player-to-player camaraderie. That remark instantly set social media abuzz. Their disagreement wasn't only about effort or attitude. It was about balancing roles versus respect for the traditions that define golf, understanding the flashpoint, what went down on the course. Especially when you're so close, you almost step on it. This wasn't just about a lost shot. In golf, players and caddies are expected to help one another in such situations, regardless of whose ball it is or their own position in the event. The showdown at the 2025 US Senior Open between Roger Maltbie and Padraig Harrington was more than just a lost ball issue. Golf etiquette under the microscope. Golf is a sport steeped in tradition, with etiquette almost as important as the rules themselves. During Harrington's second round, his tee shot landed deep among the trees, out of plain sight. As Harrington and his caddy began searching, several volunteers and a handful of onlookers joined in. But Roger Maltbie, veteran pro-turned-NBC commentator, stayed on the edge, microphone in hand. Harrington publicly called out Maltbie for not assisting in the search, saying it was basic etiquette to help a competitor find their ball. For Harrington, seeing someone inside the ropes who could help but didn't struck a nerve. For those watching, moments like these put both etiquette and evolving responsibilities front and center, shaping debates that go far beyond Broadmoor's East Course. The exchange, key moments, and quotes. The tension moved quickly from quiet frustration to pointed words. Maltbie shot back, "Padraig, I'm here to do my job, not play caddy." Things didn't calm down after. Key moments in their clash included Harrington's open criticism, making etiquette a public matter rather than settling quietly. Maltbie's on-air retort, stating, "I report, I don't search. That's not my job." Escalation with caddies and spotters. Flood's profanity highlighted how stress was spreading beyond just the players. Offline reactions. As soon as the video hit social media, thousands weighed in, with opinions split over whether Maltbie was right to stick to his broadcast role, or if golf's traditions should come first. This wasn't just a clash over lost and found. It was a clash over what everyone in golf, player or media, owes to the spirit of the game. Aftermath. reactions, fallout, and social media firestorm. The Maltbie Harrington clash at the US Senior Open wasn't just a flash of temper on live TV. It triggered a massive conversation across golf's tight circles and far beyond. Once video of the altercation hit social platforms, what unfolded was part debate, part reckoning about who is responsible for what inside the ropes. In a sport where tradition sometimes stands toe-to-toe with broadcast reality, the arguments weren't just about one player's lost ball. They were about golf's code and how much it should adapt. You see someone in trouble, you pitch in, simple as that, wrote one high-profile former Ryder Cup. For them, etiquette isn't optional, and the sight of a well-known broadcaster standing aside stung more than a triple bogey. Players, fans, and commentators weigh in. Summarize the range of responses from fans, pros, and media. We rely on you guys to tell the story, not wade into the weeds every time a ball goes missing, posted another current tour player. It's 2025, not 1925, one replied under Golf Channel's post of the confrontation. Players want help, but broadcasters can't just drop everything without risking the show. Maybe review the protocols as a group. There are volunteers, spotters, and technology to find these balls. Maltbies there for commentary. The debate even sparked light-hearted memes, with some poking fun at how seriously golfers take etiquette. They noted that with producers talking in Maltbie's ear and broadcasts rolling, his job isn't to scramble through rough after every errant tee shot. This incident proved just how deeply people care about golf's unwritten rules. Commentators on Golf Channel, podcasts, and sports radio leaned in hard. Some called the confrontation embarrassing for the game, while others felt Maltbie was put in a no-win position. Sports talk hosts debated whether golf's gentleman's code is due for a reset now that tournaments are global TV events. The fallout landed everywhere on practice tees, podcasts, Twitter threads, and post-round interviews. Voices from every corner of the sport rushed in with their take. Even fans unfamiliar with senior golf caught wind, with headlines landing in major online outlets. Debates about rules and respect in professional sports lit up comment sections well beyond golf's usual corners. Golfers' reactions split the fairway. Some pros backed Harrington, seeing the act of helping find a lost ball as a core part of the game's spirit. The debate about etiquette versus broadcast jobs found passionate voices on every side, and it's clear the sport's values, or at least how people see them, may have shifted just a little after this clash. Other players gave Maltbie a pass, arguing that media members, especially live commentators, play by different rules. If you're inside the ropes, you help. The weekend's play was packed with bold shots, unexpected shifts, and storylines that remind us why the Senior Open remains a major spectacle in golf. With Harrington, Sink, and a wave of legends and new faces pushing their limits, each round built layers of competitive tension. Let's look at the standout moments and player performances that defined this championship. Doesn't matter if you're wearing a headset or carrying a bag, one popular golf blogger wrote, echoing hundreds of like-minded replies. Fans lined up on both sides, and sometimes in the middle. Many longtime fans used the moment to voice their exhaustion with what they see as relaxed standards. Others, especially younger fans, felt the outrage was overblown. Some tried to bridge the gap. Why not agree that both sides have a point? One Reddit user suggested. Media voices fueled the fire. Social media reaction was instant and fierce. The altercation became a trending topic on X, pushing the golf world into broader sports debate. Clips of the tangled exchange between Maltbie and Harrington racked up millions of views in hours. Twitter polls tilted back and forth on the bigger question: Is tradition more important than modern roles? Golf's etiquette crisis hit the mainstream. This firestorm forced many to ask, are the customs that make golf what it is flexible, or are they set in stone? Beyond the clash, tournament highlights, and player performances, the drama between Roger Maltbie and Padraig Harrington took over the headlines. But the 2025 US Senior Open at the Broadmoor delivered just as much action and energy on the leaderboard as it did outside the ropes. Harrington's run at the title. Padraig Harrington brought his signature fire and strategic punch to Colorado Springs, powering up for another Senior Open run, fresh off multiple PGA Tour Champions wins. Harrington showed both why he's a major force and why pressure seems to bring out his best golf when the stakes are high. On day one, Harrington opened with a 67, staying patient through Broadmoor's tougher stretches. After his 31 on the back nine and that essential birdie on 8, he stayed locked in a three-way tie for the lead with Stuart Sink and Mark Hensby, each sitting at 6 under, heading into the weekend. Harrington's round blended risk and rescue, making key sand saves and thriving even after setbacks. While one bogey haunted him, his run of birdies on the easier front side kept his scorecard red and his confidence high. It was his closing stretch that set the stage, including a fearless finish on the demanding par 4 18th. Standing over a slick 20-foot putt for birdie, Harrington drilled it with trademark determination, sending a jolt through the gallery and reclaiming his spot at the top. The Big Easy aired his grievances about green speeds, saying they felt unpredictable and inconsistent, especially after storms. His early surge, marked by birdies on both front and back 9 par 3 South, demonstrates how quickly fortunes can swing in senior majors. His complaints caught attention, stoking debates about course setup and player adaptability at altitude. Angel Cabrera, recently a double senior major champ, brought extra flair to the competition, joining a diverse cast that made the event even more global. Still, Els ground out a pair of solid rounds, showing flashes of major winning class, even as he fought the course's whims. That birdie was more than a score. It was a signal to every chaser that he still owns big moments. The par 70 track, stretching more than 7,200 yards and rising against Cheyenne Mountain, proved to be both scenic and punishing, amplifying every good bounce and every mistake. The Maltbie-Harrington exchange reminded everyone that respect between players, media, and fans keeps the game honest, even when opinions clash. Harrington didn't go it alone. If this debate got you thinking about the roles and rules in golf, share your view below or with friends. Conversations like these are what keep the game strong. As they move forward, the lessons from Broadmoor should help set clearer boundaries and spark honest talks across the game. These stories matter because they show how golf is always growing while staying rooted in respect. Between high-profile complaints, technical excellence, and emotional highs and lows, the 2025 US Senior Open gave golf fans a rich reel of moments that will last long after tempers and hot mix have cooled. This run is hardly Harrington's first dance in senior majors. Sink, known for his PGA Tour consistency, stormed up the leaderboard with opening rounds of 68 and 66. He found every green in regulation on day 2, flexing his control on Broadmoor's tricky sloping greens. Every iron swing seemed to set up a birdie chance, pushing him into a shared lead. The heated moment wasn't just about a lost ball. It showed how hard it can be to balance tradition with the realities of modern tournament life. When a respected broadcaster and a major champion meet in the middle of a tense moment, their actions draw a sharp line between old customs and new responsibilities. Sink's presence, driving over 300 yards on average, added extra edge and kept the pressure on Harrington. He snapped up the 2022 US Senior Open, reinforcing that his game travels well to tight, sloping tracks like the Broadmoor, with a history of lifting trophies on both traditional and senior tours, including his 3 regular major championships. There is no surprise. He is still at the front, blending elite ball striking with seasoned poise. Other standouts are notable stories. The 2025 tournament spotlight didn't rest on Harrington alone. The field was deep, stacked with Elisters, emerging threats, and a few drama-laden side plots that kept fans buzzing. Stewart Cink's senior US Open debut. If there was any doubt Cink belonged on this stage, he erased it fast. NEL's frustrations. Els, another international legend, battled both the course and his own game. Mark Hensby's surge. Not to be overlooked, Hensby clawed his way up the board with aggressive play, shooting a 67 and matching the leaders at 6 under, international legends in the mix. Bernhard Langer, already a 2-time Senior Open winner, stayed close to the leaders, proving age is no barrier to grinding out tough scores. Beyond individual scores, the field missed defending champ Richard Bland, who opted for another event, showing how LIV-PGA Tour rifts continue shaping even senior golf lineups. Course conditions and format. An afternoon thunderstorm softened Broadmoor's greens, leveling the field for some, but frustrating others as balls spun back or stuck unexpectedly. Each contender brought a fierce determination, whether chasing another senior major, seeking redemption, or breaking into a new chapter of their career. Roger Maltbie. Public words after the clash with Padraig Harrington brought long-standing golf values into the Open. Golf's etiquette remains a living thing, shaped by every test like this. Both men have shown their passion for the sport in different ways. Thanks for sticking with the story.